Okay, this one's on professional associations. Let's see if this can help you. I said in a previous mini lecture that professional associations really can help you because they help differentiate you. What do I mean by that? They separate you from your colleagues. You all have a degree, or you all have a master's, but if somebody writes after their name MCIM, member of the Chartered Institute of Marketing, I know that you're a specialist, you're committed to marketing as your future, and that you've passed a series of exams that have entitled you to become a member of the association. Not all associations have exams, don't panic. But that says something to me. You see yourself already as a professional, not as a student looking for a job. So what do these associations do? Well, they replace people like me. When you have finished your degree and you go out into industry, obviously you're very busy. Your head is down, you're looking into the day job. Do you have time to think about what's happening, what's coming up in the future? That actually can be quite difficult to do. There are all sorts of problems in my lifetime. For example, new technologies like PCs, computers, they didn't exist. Beyond that, the internet, the email, social networks, they weren't just a pipe dream. No one was dreaming of those things. I wasn't dreaming of those things. But when they arrived, well, you needed help. You'd finished your degree. Teachers are no longer coming in every day and giving you the best that they'd got on any subject. You'd finished all that. You were out in industry. And in industry, you don't always have time, but you need help, you need people, you need access to people that you can talk to try and solve your problems. Professional associations realize that effectively they are a self-help group. I was a member for donkey's years of the Chartered Institute of Insurance. You had to do some exams to become a member. I became a member and I was a member for 20 or 30 years. Now, when things like new technologies came along and the internet came along, we really didn't know what to do with it. So we wanted to meet technology experts. We wanted to ask the question, what does this mean to us? What should we be doing? What could we be doing? Is there any advantage to this? How much does it cost? We didn't know. Nobody told us at university that this was coming around the corner. It just arrived. Well, you can laugh about that, and you're entitled to. But trust me, in your career, things will come along which are revolutionary, and they will arrive a lot faster. The rate of change is accelerating for you. You really need people who can help. Well, what we did was to set up an association which looked at our world, which was the tourism industry, one way, and our function, which was marketing, another way. So tourism, marketing, and new technologies. And in the end, an association was set up called IFIT, the International Federation of International Tourism and Technologies. Still exists. Why is that important? Well, if I were recruiting somebody for a post in marketing in the tourism industry, I would probably be wanting to say, are you a member of IFIT? And if somebody said to me, IFIT, what the hell's IFIT? I would say, out the door. Why? Because if you don't know, if you aren't committed, how are you going to develop yourself? And how are you going to develop my company for the future? So professional associations have a number of advantages for you. Number one, they look great as the letters after your name on the CV. In addition to which, they do a number of other things. They can offer you contacts and a network. When you're looking for a first job, do you want to be writing, I'm writing to you, do you have an opportunity for which I might be considered? I'm a recent graduate of this, that and the other. Or do you want to be writing, dear Mr. Tony Jolly, you may well remember me from the Chartered Institute of Transport's meeting in Paris 3 or 4 months ago when we talked together about this, that and the other. I am currently searching for a job, da-da, da-da, da-da. Because if you're saying you were a member of the association, you're saying, me too, I'm like you. And people like to recruit people like them. So if you are the creme de la creme, or you consider yourself to be the creme de la creme, or you want to be seen to be the creme de la creme, then become a member of an association. Look at, as I've said, the sector in which you want to work and the business function in which you want to work, and put the two together in the middle, and you should find a situation in which you are going to be associated with a whole load of people who are interested in what you're interested in, who are facing up to the problems that you're facing up to, who are being challenged by the same changing circumstances that you are. Becoming a member of a professional association, even while you are still a student, it's a great thing to do. Imagine you're at an interview. You get towards the end of the interview and the interviewer says, you've interviewed really, really well. We're thinking of offering you the job. That's great. I just have one final question. Are you a member of any recognized professional association in our métier or in this sector? And you go, professional association? C'est quoi ça? What's that? You have just shot yourself in the foot. So please, please, please think about the role of professional associations for you in relation to your CV. There are other things that they have where they can help you. They often have libraries. They often have a staff where you can ring up and say, look, has any of your members considered anything like this? Do you have any minutes from a meeting that have been discussing this? Because I've got a real problem with it. It's a possibility of self-help for you in the future, which is absolutely vital. Some of these associations offer training. They offer the ability to actually pass training modules. They offer seminars where certain topical things are being considered, where they might ask you to present or you to come and listen to people who've faced up to the problem that you are just about to. Employers like that. Why? Let me tell you a story. It goes back to pre-2007 and the financial crash. Marriott hotels were building hotels faster than they could build managers, in fact. The result of that was that they had a real problem. So they came to, in the UK, all the heads of courses for master's courses in hospitality and tourism. And they said, send us the very best that you've got. What we need is something like 40 people to put on an accelerated program. And at the end of a year of that accelerated teaching program, chez nous, at our place at Marriott, we will give these people a hotel to manage. Normally that would take ages. You'd be a departmental manager, an assistant to the chief executive. Maybe you'd become a manager later and have your own hotel. This was guaranteeing that in 1 year. Well, here's the thing. They had 2,000 applicants who all had a master's certificate. They decided that they would interview 200, a tenth of that. So they chose the best 200 they could find, and they interviewed them thinking if they interviewed interviewed 5 people, they would find 1 that would be good enough, and therefore they would find their 40. Have a guess how many they recruited. The answer was 7, not 40. They had 2,000 applications. And they recruited a total of 7. Now, when I asked the Human Resources Director, why only 7? What did she say? You wouldn't believe it, Tony. People were waving their master's certificates as if they were a passport. But we couldn't find people who were interested in themselves and developing themselves. That was the problem. They weren't interested in future learning, doing an MBA, joining an association. They were just waving their master's certificate, saying, that's it, I've done it, I merit my hotel, etc., and my future career is assured. She said, I reasoned that if these people were not interested in developing themselves, how the hell were they going to be interested in developing our company? So we simply refused them. 2,000 people, 200 interviewed, to find 40, and they only recruited 7 because people weren't interested in showing that they were interested in developing themselves, keeping themselves up to date and current, and learning for a 30, 40, 50-year career. That was a major failing. Don't make that mistake. So if I were you, start thinking a little bit about joining a professional association. They're extremely helpful. It's a great thing to drop into an interview. And it may just give you the edge and help differentiate you. So think about professional associations. It's worth it. And if I play on the L'Oreal advert, you're worth it. You're worth a bit of investment of time in yourself. Maybe a little bit of money. Some professional associations don't cost anything. Some will say pay a nominal fee while you're a student and then you start paying later on. There is something else that's very useful for you in a professional association. Well, of course, you get the address book. You can write to thousands of members. You've got their name, their title, their email address, their phone number. It's all there for you, not for anybody else. You can write to these people. In addition, most professional associations enable people to, who are their members, commercial members, company members, corporate members, they enable them to put job offers on the website, which only the members can see. So if you're a member, you can perhaps see something that no one else can see. That gives you an advantage. Instead of having 1,000 people competing for the job, you maybe have 6 competitors. For the company's point of view, it's great for them. They don't have to look through thousands of applications. They know that these 6 are probably going to be quite good enough for them. So they would rather have a small number of well-qualified people. That should do it. Okay, another thing, when you sign up as a member of an association, usually they give you the opportunity to host your CV, covering letter, and your job aspirations. Now that's helpful because then companies can go shopping, if you like, on the professional association's website and pick out a few people who interest them and headhunt them. It's a lot quicker. It's a lot cheaper. You're likely to get better candidates. So in terms of a return on your investment of time and possibly just a little bit of money, I would strongly recommend to you, if you can, to do some research on professional associations and become a member. When you see somebody and you have your carte de visite, your professional business card, and it says your name, your qualifications, and the member of MCIM, member of the Chartered Institute of Management or Marketing, brilliant. That adds a cachet, a je ne sais quoi, something that probably very few people have. So please, please, please consider professional associations. They're very big, especially in the English-speaking world. In France, okay, we're getting there. In the English-speaking world, the world over, there are global associations, there are national associations, there are European associations, there are international associations. Please do your homework and join. Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.